The movie that dares to ask, what if you made the Punisher lame? Alright guys, me again. This is another thriller movie, and apparently it's just been a really hectic, crazy month for a lot of people, so I decided I'm just gonna go watch it by myself today. Yeah, this is Peppermint. It sucks. It's pretty bad. My god. I mean, I don't really have a whole lot to say about this. I don't think it's gonna be that long of a video, at least I hope not. But it just, man, this was a dumb ass movie. And, God, I'm trying to think of where to start. If you've seen, like, the most recent Netflix, Punisher show, or the recent remake of Death Wish that everyone kind of already forgot about, it's that, but dumber. No, it's not as bad as the new Death Wish. Death Wish was still worse than this, because that tried to have a point and it failed miserably. This one, to my knowledge, does not try to have a point, which is something, I suppose. But it's still dumber. It's still really dumb. Because at least Bruce Willis can hold his own as an action star, but... Man, you know, I don't hate Jennifer Garner. I actually like Jennifer Garner, alright, but god damn is she bad in this. And... she is trying so hard. But she is not badass. She wasn't in Elektra. She wasn't in... no, she was a bit more in Daredevil, not by much. And she's sure as fuck not in this. Now, I think Jennifer Garner holds her own perfectly fine when she's in a supporting role. I thought she was actually really good in Love, Simon, which just came out earlier this year. I thought she was really good in that. In an action movie, though? God, no, it's bad. Like, really, like, painful to watch bad. And that's on top of the cookie-cutter script, the cookie-cutter characters, the cookie-cutter plot, the stereotypical Mexican cartel villains. Fucking hell. I mean, if even we saw The Punisher... or Death Wish, you know what the fucking story of this movie is. Even if you see a fucking trailer, you know what the story of this movie is. Except they usually try to save, like, the confrontation between the hero and the one that killed their family to, like, the end of the movie. This one gets it over with, like, in the first 20 minutes. So you're kind of like, okay, where are they going from here? And here's where it went. Kind of fascinating way. By the way, all the action sequences in this movie are shot like Taken, so it has really weird sporadic cut effects, and you can only sparsely tell what's happening most of the time. It's not as bad as Taken 3, though, I'll say that much, but I digress. So, apparently she decides, like, I'm gonna take, I am so mad that this people killed my family, I'm going to just destroy... not just the entire rest of the drug cartel, but I'm also going to go after the judges, the attorneys. I'm going to go after the woman who was mean to me once, which was particularly bizarre. Because, yeah, that fucking happens. In the beginning of the movie, it shows, like, Jennifer Garner as a kind of a standard, like, suburban LA housewife kind of thing. And then she runs into this really bitchy mom, who's one of those perfectionist bitchy moms, who proceeds to make... Jennifer Garner's daughter life hell because God forbid they try to sell Girl Scout cookies in their corner, because apparently even like Girl Scouts is a fucking gang in this movie, although I don't doubt that. that's a whole thing. Don't trust those fucking Girl Scouts, man. They're fucking criminals. I don't know where I'm going with this. I'm tired. But yeah, so later on in the movie, like, after her family dies, she takes 5 years, like, and she just magically learns how to rob her bank, how to create a new identity, how to go off the grid. She magically knows how to do all of these things instantly, even though the movie makes it clear she's had no prior training up to this point. We're just told later that she's just somehow managed to do all these things in about 5 years and becomes a condoning badass in only 5 years, which I kinda doubt. But like, I'm gonna start poking logic holes in this. I'll be here all fucking night. And that being said, there's a few ones in particular that bother me. And then she comes back and she wants revenge on every single person involved, in not only who killed her family, but also everyone that contributed to help them get, to help the criminals get away with it. Sorry, I just got a notification from Twitter. So she just goes on this, like, so it starts with the men who killed her family just throwing up on a fucking merry-go-round, and I'm just kind of like, how did she get up there? Again, I'm poking plot holes. Like, that's not the main problem with the film. The main problem with the film is that it's like there's nothing. This movie does not have an original bone in body except for like one sequence, which is so bizarre that you kind of have to talk about it, because I heard about this going into the movie, so I knew this was going to happen at some point. One of the major, like, one of the drug cartels, like, big money laundering places takes place in a piñata factory. Now, when I first first heard about this, it was played up like it was a really dumb thing. It was like, okay, it sounds dumb. It doesn't sound like that bad. And I thought that until I saw it. And you know what? It is really hard to take what is supposed to be like the centerpiece action sequence of your movie when it's surrounded by brightly colored, like, puppies and rainbows and hearts and candy and all these colorful things. But there's a major shootout happening in this place, and it's playing the heavy metal music. You know, like, someone shoots like a little Pomeranian pinata on the back. It is so impossible to take it seriously. It's like, oh, that's why it's dumb. Okay, I'm back on board. And, fuck, this movie was stupid. But it doesn't stop there. Like, because, again, I'm kind of all around the place, so, and I apologize, because my brain is scattered from kind of watching this thing. This entire time, the only person that seems to help Jennifer Garner is this cop named Carmichael, who arrests the people who did the crime, convinces Jennifer Garner to point them out and testify, does all these things, and seems to be on her side, even, like, lets her out of handcuffs, when she's being, like, convinces the people not to put her in, like, cuffs when they're taking her to a psych ward after she tries to attack the people that murdered her family when they get released from court. And he gets knocked out by an oxygen tank as a result. And he does all these things seemingly to help Jennifer Garner. And it turns out he's a dirty cop. And that's it. That's the extent of what we're told about it. We're never told why he's a dirty cop. We're never told what his plan was. We never told why he helps her to begin with. Because, again, it's like, I'm thinking, like, okay, what was the plan here? Like, so his entire plot was not like, oh, we couldn't find him, the case is closed, there's no way we can solve any of it. It was like, no, our evil plan to get our guys to walk is to arrest them, then convince Jennifer Garner to testify against them, have them correctly identify, but also have a corrupt district attorney and a corrupt judge to proceed the case, which I guess the cop has control over. Talk the criminal's lawyers into trying to bribe her, which, yeah, again, this is and that happens, and that's in the trailer. Yeah, I forgot about this. So, like the criminal's lawyers. A criminal's lawyer goes into Jennifer Garner's house while she's packing up to move, because you can't really stay in a big house when there's only for one person. That's kind of depressing. Unless you're super rich. And basically says, like, hey, we're gonna give you all this money if you say that you didn't see those people. And then that same person goes on to actually prosecute her in court, which is baffling. I think all you have to say is, like, hey, I know that guy. He tried to bribe me. An instant mistrial. Or just something any competent lawyer, even a corrupt district attorney, would have to do something with that to keep up appearances. But even then, even considering that stupid lawyer thing, so again, why would that bribery be necessary if the cop you have on the inside is overseeing the case, who could have stopped all this dead in its tracks to begin with? I just realized I sound like Seinfeld! Anyway, that made no goddamn sense. That was baffling. And the movie has no interest in explaining this in any way, shape, or form. None. It does not give a shit. It's only like, ooh, here's a twist for the sake of having a twist. And it got one person on the cover of the screen go, oh, and I was kind of like, oh, okay, great, but think about it. Think about it for just like a minute, and you'll realize how much it makes no sense. And yeah, and then to top it all off, the movie, like the climax of this movie is the main Mexican cartel cliche mob boss tracks her down to basically like the homeless area and holds a random kid hostage that the movie keeps cutting to. Is supposed to have that's supposed to mean emotional investment. And apparently her and Jennifer Garner know each other, even though they never have a scene together up to this point. But anyway, the point is he holds this kid hostage and tells Jennifer Garner to reveal herself, and she does. And she has no weapon. She's staying in front of this cartel boss, who, by the way, has a huge, like, small army of, like, gang members along next to him, all with guns. And the mob boss throws this incredibly easy way to end this conflict. He throws it away to do a one-on-one fist fight where nobody intervenes. At that point, you deserve to die. You're just a fucking moron. Oh, man, this is stupid. And this entire time, Jennifer Garner, God bless her, is trying so fucking hard to be intimidating. She's trying so goddamn hard to be threatening and a badass, and she's trying, but she does not have that spark, not even like a little bit. She doesn't have that emotional intensity. She doesn't have the spark. Like not even like God, I'm trying to think. Like it's trying to be Charlize Theron, but she doesn't have the natural intensity of Charlize Theron. And I apologize for mispronouncing that name, but or like anyone, like if John Wick is the boogeyman, Peppermint would be, I don't know, the troll from Central Park, and levels of like intimidation. There's just nothing threatening about this woman, and Jennifer Garner feels like she's overcompensating hard through this entire thing. Yeah, this is just a dumb fucking movie, and I really don't have much else to say beyond that. Again, the only thing I can think of to talk about is just list dumb things that happen, like how for some reason, even though she's supposed to be suddenly a mastery of disappearing, she never once wears a mask or anything to cover her face when she is blatantly robbing things and goes in and threatens people with guns in places that would absolutely have cameras. Or silent alarms, or anything. God, this movie was... I'm too tired for this shit today, man. I'm just too goddamn tired for this. Fuck. And what else dumb happened? Oh, yeah. I think what I meant... I already covered all the bases. That's the part where she, like... oh, I forgot to bring this back up. So, yeah. She beats up the mean woman who was mean to her in the beginning of the film, just kind of randomly. I mean, at first it kind of makes a certain semblance of sense, where, like, after an intense, like, shootout and she gets stabbed a few times. By the way, bullets have, like, a magical effect on this woman. I'll talk about that in a second. Anyway, so she just needs a place to lie low for a bit. And she doesn't go back to her van for some reason, where she typically seems to go. But instead, she goes to this woman's house and just knocks her ass out immediately and starts using her bathroom. It's like, all right, fair enough, you need to use your bathroom, get a little revenge while you're at it. But then she proceeds to tie her up in a chair and then proceeds to just fucking, like, mentally torture the woman. And I'm like, all right, I get it. Suburban life is catty as shit, but... I feel like there's more important things to be upset about right now than, oh, that woman was mean to me once. And the whole scene plays like I feel like you're taking this a little far. And what's already an over-the-top revenge film. That was weird. And then throughout the entire movie, Jennifer Garner gets shot and stabbed and all these things like 5 times in the course of the movie. Times when she should be dead, bullets just seem to have like this randomizing effect on her. Because the first time she gets shot is when her family gets shot. And by the way, these are like weirdly bloodless drive-bys, which is kind of weird. And we don't see Jennifer Garner get shot, but we see her do this. like do like a Kermit the Frog floppy fish onto the floor, and she's not bleeding. There's like no bullet wounds or anything that you can see on her, but there's seriously like just random ass jump cuts, like a blood spot just magically appears on the side of her head. Like, did she get shot on the side of the head? We don't know. I can't see it. And then at the end of the movie, after the dumb one-on-one fist fight, she has the criminal, like the main mob guy, dead to rights. She has a gun pointed at his head, and she's surrounded by cops telling her not to do it. Like, don't do it. This is all wrong. You should not be doing this. And she decides, fuck it, I'm gonna shoot him. And then all the officers rightfully start opening fire. And then after, like, the other, like, the good cop, I guess, tells them all to stop firing, she just magically disappears. Like, no blood trail, no nothing. She just magically vanishes, even though they had her point blank. So, clearly Peppermint has a superpower, but it's not with guns, and it's not with bravado. It's like some kind of weird teleportation bullshit. I don't know. Oh, God. Yeah, this is bad. This is pretty bad. It's not worst of the year bad, but it's still pretty fucking bad. So, yeah. Don't go see this. If I haven't made that point abundantly clear at this point, do not see this movie. So, that's, I think, all I really have to say about it. So I'm just gonna move on to trailers so I can go home. So the first one I got for the Nutcracker was for the Nutcracker in the Four Realms. I still can't figure out who this movie is for. Now, I mean, I know what audience is targeted at, but I just can't think of anyone that wanted fucking Alice in Wonderland, but with the Nutcracker. Was anyone asking for that? Does anyone even want a new Alice in Wonderland? I don't get this. I don't fucking get why this movie exists. But it's happening, and it's Disney, so whatever. Then we got I got a new trailer for The Bad Times, the El Royale. I actually do really want to see this one. This one has art. This one has like style to spare. The cast looks great. Like it has Jeff Bridges being like just great Jeff Bridges. I think one of the line he has in the trailer. I know I'm probably getting this wrong, but he just kind of says like this it wasn't supposed to happen this way. It's like shit happens. Pass the whiskey. Stuff like that. I was like, yes, I love you, Jeff Bridges. So I'm excited for that. Chris Hemsworth looks like he's having a great time. John Hamm's usually pretty reliable, so I'm excited. I'm looking forward to that. Then we got a trailer for Instant Family, which is a comedy with Mark Wahlberg and I forget the girl's name, but the woman from Neighbors 1 and 2. I don't know if this movie's gonna be very good, but the trailer did get a couple chuckles out of me, and that's mostly from Mark Wahlberg, the two leading people, Mark Wahlberg and I'm gonna look her up because it's gonna bug me now because I do like that actress. I do think she can be very funny. God, it's gonna fucking bug me now. Hold on one quick second. Rose Byrne. No, not Rose Byrne. Rose Byrne. Okay. Because I do think Rose Byrne is very funny, like, or at least she can be, and even movies I don't like, I usually like her in it. Like, I still like her in Neighbors 1 and 2, even though I think her character was awful. I thought her acting was good. But yeah, her and Mark Wahlberg have a few good funny lines in here that I was like, okay, it's probably not gonna be great, but I might get a couple chuckles out of me. So Instant Family looked interesting. The Girl in the Spiders, I've talked a million times. Halloween's coming out soon. The movie's like getting great reviews, so I'm actually really curious to see how that turns out. A Star is Born. This is a new trailer I saw for that, and this is another movie that's doing really well critically right now. And watching the trailer, I was like, okay, I'm kind of getting the vibe. Why? Because it looks like Lady Gaga and Bradley Cooper have really good chemistry with each other, and Bradley Cooper is like kind of being creepy, but he's also still charming because Bradley Cooper knows how to do charming. But he's also doing like the country boyfriend. So it looks like it actually be kind of good. So I'm kind of curious to see how that turns out. And at the very least, it means I'll stop seeing the trailer. Then I got a trailer for Serenity. Not that Serenity. I wish. No, this is a different one. I'm trying to remember this movie. I just remember it was kind of psychedelic. Serenity. What were you? Oh, okay. This is the Matthew McConaughey and Hathaway movie. I mean, it's got McConaughey, so I'll watch it. I mean, like, White Boy Rick is coming out right now. It's not doing very good critically wise, but I'll still probably go see it just because it has Matthew McConaughey in it, and I do love me some McConaughey. And this movie looks like this movie looks kind of Oscar baity, to be honest, but still could be good. I could use a good thriller. Then the last one I got was for Second Act, and I've talked about this one before. That's the one with J-Lo. The one that makes no sense on concept alone because I guess this rule doesn't have background checks, but it could be good regardless. But quite frankly, it looks like a standard comedy. Nothing really special about it, so it is what it is. So that was the last trailer. Yeah. So Peppermint, fuck it, don't go see it. It's not worth your time. It's worth nobody's time. Go watch better things. There's still like Crazy Rich Asians still playing. Go watch that, or really a number of things. I'm kind of hoping we're getting out of the best I can call it is like the filler movie month, which is what this has been so far. Because I know Predators comes out, well, today technically. So that's although that one's not doing very good either. And then White Boy Rick, that's all next week. Oh god, there's another Unbroken movie. Oof. And then I don't even know what comes out next week. Oh, man, this month sucks for movies, man. Oh god. The Sister Brothers comes out in a couple weeks, so that'll be fun. But anyways, that's all I got, guys. Thank you all for watching. See you all in the next video. Once again, I am working on a new video. I'm hard. I work editing. I'm hoping to get it out by this weekend. Look out for it. I'm really excited about it. I'm really see how it gets received. So stay tuned for that. It's gonna be out in the next couple days. Thank you guys for watching. See you later.